got a big screen monitor right there that I can watch, and then I've got. I haven't brought my really good webcam here yet. I'll do that next week. But shoot, this one's coming in pretty good. It's even showing the red all over my face. I went for a run just a little bit earlier, and I'm looking. So it looks like I'm looking up because I'm looking at that big screen right now. So we're about a minute from officially getting started here. So if you guys don't mind, those of you that are out there, tell us a little bit about where you're at in the world. Just put it into the question box, and also maybe put some ones in if you're hearing me all right and seeing my webcam. Mark, bring up on your screen, be ready. I want to do, the first time we've ever done this, we're going to do a inside view of Kajabi. So pull up your admin view, because we're going to share your screen, and we're going to work on our VA 365 website a little bit together. And we're going to show the audience for just a few minutes. And we don't need to go to it yet. And we'll just stay on my view here. So why don't you go ahead and start recording? I think I've got literally right at the bottom of the hour. Awesome. Hey everybody, how are you doing today? This is so cool. I have had the most amazing day of interaction with people who are going to be future speakers with us, and also with one young lady from Nigeria who probably isn't ready to be a speaker yet, but is doing some just amazing things in Nigeria. And she might be ready by the summer to be a speaker. But the other two people, I'm going to show you their websites today and talk about them. And we're going to have them both be speakers for us sometime in January or February. And they're going to be amazing. So today we're going to talk about a wide variety of topics. This is just our kind of catch-all webinar. I really would love to get more interaction from you guys. Love to have some of you unmute yourself and raise your hand, which is, you can do that in the little box where you see your name. And we'll unmute you. We'll even turn your webcam on if you'd like. Ask questions, make comments, do anything you'd like. I'd love to have interaction with you. I am broadcasting from our new studios, which are in co-working facility. And why don't you start out with this? Put in a 1 if you know what co-working facilities are, and put in a 9 if you don't have a clue what they are in the question box. Also, David has already weighed in and said where he's at. I knew David from last week also. And others of you that are out there, go ahead and put in the little question box where you're at in the world even, and put a 1 in if you know what a co-working facility is, and put a 9 in if you don't. I think I know that David said a 1 last week. Just gonna wait a second here and see if anybody puts any in. Again, we're going to jump all over the map, talk about a bunch of different things. I'm going to be sharing my screen here in a little bit. Mark's going to share his a little bit also. I'm going to show you behind the scenes a little bit of what we do to create our EAT community website presence. And Mark has got that keyed up. We use a software called Kajabi that I'll bring up their website real quick. We are what are called founders, and I've just got a pin from them. They started 10 years ago. They have their 10-year anniversary right now. And I've got a 9 in here saying that this person has not heard of what a co-working facility is. So real quickly, a co-working facility is a location where multiple users are present, and some people come and just have a place where they can work during the day that's not dedicated. They can sit at a desk. Others have dedicated offices like I have, and others have very private locations. Like I really can't, I can too. I can turn the webcam over right over there where you're probably seeing where it says used right below that exit sign. That's a large private office where I think 12 people work. Business is called Q West. Not even sure what they do, quite honestly. But all of us work here. We can come 24 hours a day. It's open 24/7. It's very high security. I'm looking up to see where the cameras are right here in my space. And there's one right over that way, one right up in the corner. It has key cards that we use to get in. We have internet that is rocket speed, which is really excellent for what I do. And it's a true sharing economy to where you're making use. This used to be an old bank building. It was going to be abandoned, and another business took it over for a time frame. And then this business has it. It's probably 20,000 square feet for you. Those of you in the U.S., that's a fairly large. It's on 4 stories. It's got a gym, and it's got a locker room with showers and lockers. The gym is just like a health club. It's got multiple conference rooms where you can do meetings with multiple other people. It's got a restaurant. It's got liquor licenses. You can get drinks. You can bring them to your desk if you want. That's very unusual in the U.S. And it's just amazing. And you pay probably a quarter of what you would pay for the same kind of space. I could be here 24 hours a day if I wanted. I come pretty much daily, but I don't come, for a full 8-hour time frame. Some people have it as their exclusive working place. Usually, there are these kinds of facilities all over North America. The biggest one is called WeWork. Mark, why don't you bring up the WeWork page, and when it comes up, go ahead and let's switch to that for sharing real quick. And just show what WeWork is on a national basis. So you take the screen over when you get it up. And they are the future. Because of the pandemic, office space here in the North America, at least in most major cities, is less than 10% occupied. And it has been since March. And it will never come back. We will never have the world of offices like we did before the pandemic. Because companies have figured out they don't need it. They don't need to have all that space, all those offices that sometimes are unoccupied for long periods while people are on trips. They need a place where people can meet, and these kinds of facilities can provide that, but it doesn't have to be dedicated. So Mark is pulling up the WeWork website. No, not that, Mark. WeWork, WeWork. And it might not be WeWork.com. You might just do a Google search for it. I think it's going to be, that's it. This is it. This is it perfectly. So let's just scroll. There are WeWork facilities in even cities in the US with 150,000 population. So here's a lady working, sitting on a bench. Here's a this is probably not a dedicated space. Look at the views. I don't know what city that's in. Just scroll, Mark, and show what some of the others look like. We're not going to do a video. We found out last week how badly that can. Usually they're beautiful spaces with lots of artwork, lots of light, lots of open spaces. I have them right outside my door. Right behind me here is a place I can go right outside here and be working outside. It's dark here. obviously, so I'm not going to do that. But pull that. Oops, that was my mouse that just fell on the floor. I didn't wreck it. Nope, still works. Look at, oh, so Mark, there's, you can see, they're all over the world. Shoot, Mark, there looks like there might be some in Bangladesh. Right. One, looks like one in Africa. No, none in New Zealand, doesn't look like. Several in South America, but a lot of in the US, that where those dots are, there's probably multiples in many of those locations. 800 locations worldwide, it says right there. So there you can see those companies probably all have WeWork locations. I think a lot of these photos were taken pre-pandemic. You can see masks on a lot of those people now. So that's, I wasn't planning to spend even this long, but that's a little bit more on co-working space. And my location is a one-off. It's just one that a guy did because there was this vacant building, and it's called Desk Chair. You can look that, I think it's Desk Chair. I don't think it's deskchair.com. Just do a Google search for desk chair, Mark, and we'll see what you find there. No, it's not software, so that's not it. Why don't you do desk share co-working facility? Well, there's the Facebook page. No, that's not it. You know, put in Loveland up there above, Mark, after facility. That's the location, and I'm sure we'll find it then. Just Loveland. That's probably it. Yeah, that's it. And maybe click on gallery, Mark. Click on the gallery. So this is the outside of it. Look at that picture you're seeing. Just scroll down a little bit more. It is this building right here on the end. So here are just people gathering. There's 130 people who have desks here now. Before the pandemic, there were 200. Were there other pictures in the gallery, Mark? There must have been some other pictures gallery-wise. Maybe they're all just those, they're just all together. Yeah, I think it's loading. I think that's loading, Mark. That'll probably get it for us. That's up on the top, the rooftop of this, where again, you can meet outside, do things, different things. Again, limited right now by social distancing. So just click on the arrows over there to your right, Mark. You can go from picture to picture. Now go back to the picture, and on the side, there's an arrow right over here. Now you're missing it. It's way to the right. There we go. That is down on the second level. obviously all pre-pandemic. That, oh, we have every day, you can get hors d'oeuvres that are just served down in the lobby area. That's some of them. They might be going the other way. Oh, there we go. Those are some of the offices. Oh, that's a wedding. Actually, that's probably, you can actually have bigger events here. There's an event center that'll seat up to 300. Yeah, yeah, that was obviously a wedding. And they had it set up there in the background, as you can see, for people being at the wedding. They food, again, they cater, actually have a catering service that you can get for even a lunch if you wanted it, right, in the building for 5 guests. Well, anyway, enough of that. Why don't you go now, Mark, to the Kajabi page. Yeah, I'm in a, David, thank you. David says the feed's a lot better. Yeah, this is being done at this new center where, again, you know, it's 50 megabytes per second upload and download. So yeah, I can see that I'm synced my voice. I'm not using a dedicated microphone, which would make it even better, but it's very well synced, good lighting, everything is really very nice. So Mark has got open the back portion of Kajabi. And he's got it on a page, and I'm going to have to shut down my Q&A here because otherwise I wouldn't be able to see what Mark's doing. There we go. And right now, I really didn't want you to show this, Mark. This is a little bit private, but that's fine. This is how many people have opted in to, wanted you to show the completely different website. This is number of new members in the last 30 days to eat. This is really private information, Mark. I really didn't want to have them see our sales and different things. No, I want you to go down on, click on, like, you know how to get to other sites, right, Mark? Click on like a Ecolonomic Action Team. No, not there. I want you to go to VA 365. Mark and I didn't rehearse this. No, I don't want you to go to products, Mark. Please go down to the bottom on the left-hand bar, please. Mark, go down to bottom left-hand bar where it says Ecolonomic Action Team. And go click there. Go to sites, my sites. Isn't this the way you navigate to get to other sites, Mark, when you edit? Now go to VA 365. There you go. Now, notice, no opt-ins, no sales, no comments, no members, because this is brand new. And we are right now putting the finishing touches on a web page. I'm showing you all this one because I want you to understand a little bit more about us and what we do and how we do it, but it's also something you could use yourself. I couldn't imagine a better vehicle, and we are not getting money as affiliates, by the way. We're not making anything from this, but then Kajabi would be for you to make a web presence. If you wanted to just have a great website, in contrast to what you could do on WordPress, but then to have a membership site or something to bring people to. So Mark, now would you click on website over there on the left, Mark, on the button on the bar. And on design, well, it'll come up here in a second. So his internet's not as fast as mine, but his is really pretty fast too. He's just shy is why he doesn't put Mark doesn't put his webcam. Your system's going slow today, Mark. There it is. Click on customize so that they're going to see what we're doing with it. This is all point and click stuff, everybody. It is, you don't have to have any level of knowledge to do this. So now we can go in and edit all parts of this. So we're not going to, Mark's done a bunch of this already, and we're not going to edit it, but a little further down, there are some things that he can edit. Right here, stop, Mark. So there, we don't want to say lorem ipsum dolor siemit, which is Latin, by the way. So let's edit feature 1. So on the left-hand bar, that came up. Mark's, do it slowly here. Remember, you can get going. Mark is so good at this, everybody. But let's put in, and we can change. By the way, this is not live yet, so nobody's seeing this other than us, and we're just showing it to you. So let's, Mark, you come up with something. You come up with something that'd be a great feature for a plant. So it's not going to be. We're gonna also not. We're going to edit the feature 1 there. We're going to say plan 1. So let's say this would be for our $500 a month plan. Okay. Let's put full time, maybe. Let's just say that. Put it on the next line, Mark. Let's go ahead and do a paragraph there. Just hit return. There you go. Now put full time. Hit return again. Fully monitored by staff professionals or something, you know, so. Notice how it's centering it. And you probably want to take that 1 row out of there, Mark. You've got an extra row in there. Just get rid of it. After full time, if you just hit delete, I think it'll get rid of it. You hit return. There you go. Now, oh, you know what? There we go. There it was there. It was there. Actually, I don't know why it's going in extra space there, but we can change that later. And then put fully 100% guaranteed down at the end. There. Yep. There. And he's going to see that that's, if that was spelled wrong, he would get squiggles underneath so that he could change it. All right, now go up and let's edit where it says feature 1. No, you were right there. It's just right above. Click on that. Actually, Mark, it's in the same, yeah, edit that. So instead of the image, let's not do an image. Let's get rid of the image. So click where it says show image and get rid of it. And let's put a header up there. The heading. Let's put heading plan 1, for all in caps. Now let's go spell the letter 1. Spell the 1. Now it would be better to have an image, and Mark can make images. So go back up, Mark, and go. Let's go over and edit where it says feature 2, and show them how you could put another image there. And he's just going to select because he's got a bunch of them already saved. That's actually a cool one. Let's use that one of the guy with the phone in his hand. These are all what are called public label images. They're free and anybody can use them. Mark, tell everybody how you get those. What's a couple of the services you use to get those? Can you pick one of them, Mark, and pull up Canva and show how you put writing on it so we can use it? And they have a bunch of images on there too, right, Mark? You can use their images. They have free ones, right? Cool. All right, let's go back now to Kajabi and let's show them a landing page that you've created or a form. And I think you've got them on here because I think you can use this. So yeah, go wherever you'd like. I was going to say, I think you could show them a form here because you've got it that far, Mark, where you could show. By the way, you see all these sections over here? You can pick all these different things really easily, and you can add them. It's just really easy. That one we were looking at was a features one where we were making changes. Yeah, do one for a webinar. Do one for Jim and Jessica, because they're going to be doing a webinar for us. So it'll be very cool.
How's it going, everyone? You're watching The Green Dream.
Yeah, we can hear the audio. You can hear it. Yes.
Project. And if you're here for the first time, my name's Jim.
And I'm Jessica.
So we wanted to talk a little bit about why we're here homesteading in the desert. Why in an arid land and in the desert in Arizona?
And I think it really ties into the whole green steading thing.
Really, greensteading is a combination of a couple things. A homesteading, which is something we wanted to really get into. We wanted to really find a piece of land, develop it so that, we take care of the land and it takes care of us. But we've also learned and studied permaculture. And that is, in essence, really taking care of the land in such a way as to where not only does it produce for you, but it also heals and
So there's just a little clip, a little bit of teaser that Mark puts together. And it's really easy to edit to make this kind of thing. So I wanted you to maybe pick a blog article or something, Mark, where we can see how you've taken Canva over a PLR photo and put words on it so that it's just showing, the title to a blog, let's say. You could just do the blog from Eat even. By the way, do you all know that we have a blog? If you don't, this is something you can all access. We don't hear you. No, we don't hear it, Mark. You're coming in really clear. That video played really well, Mark. I don't know what was happening with us last week. Let's see another one. You can just scroll there, probably see another one. There. There's another one, different example. There we go. Natural fibers. Look at that. There's a good one. There's another one. By the way, we're always looking for people to write for us. So if any of you would like to do that, you would publish your article. And this blog has very high readership and gets very good, what's called SEO, search engine optimization. And we have bloggers paying us considerable amounts of money at times to publish their articles. So here's one about cryptocurrency. And Mark's not showing you all. Click on one of the articles, Mark, and show the pictures and infographics and different things that would be in there. Read more. So you click on the read more. Good. All right, now I'm going to have, you know, it's so much easier for you. I'm going to take the screen from you. And pick this one. So I told you I had four actually amazing phone calls today. One was with the fella who has this site, and this is a sheep farm in New Zealand. And it's third generation. He is running it now. His name is Zebulon Hannon. It's a huge farm, 11,000 sheep now on it, and it is using regenerative, restorative principles. And he's been doing way more than experimenting. He's very humble. He does something called Burning Horse, which is a little bit like Burning Man here in the US, which obviously didn't happen during the pandemic, but which is a huge art and music festival in Nevada. Well, he's doing a similar thing here. He's only very recently formally studying permaculture, literally only in the last 4 years. And this farm, before he took over, had minimal trees, and they put shelter belts and trees up to reduce wind, which they have in a number of places. So look at, can hang out and swim, kayak, fish, enjoy a round of disc golf. And then they have paintball. Look at the area that's around it. Oh my gosh, look at these fjords. So Montana Flat Cadetship, which right now is limited to people from New Zealand, but it is an internship effectively. And it is free, you don't pay for it. Look at the quality of the food. This isn't just junk that you get. He actually was in this tractor today as he and I were talking. He got out and took samples of some soil for me to look at. He's going to be a speaker for us. And his farm is called Southland. And this is an internship, it's just his name for it. They don't have snow there. So, and it's free. You pay $180 as a deposit, and then after your first week in the program, you get it back. So he has another site that I don't know that I'm going to find. We'll see if I get it here. It is. Ah, shoot, I'm not remembering it, but it's something paddock. Might be green paddock. Yeah, it's not, that isn't it. Anyway, he's going to be a speaker for us. He is so good. You're going to love him. Third generation, he is running this place, has no outside feed for these 11,000 sheep. He has no outside water. It's all water from, and he's in a wonderful rainfall situation. I wish Kate was on with us tonight. I didn't see her in the audience, but Kate is one of our Kiwis that is a member of EAT. Anyway, he's going to be awesome. I spoke with another fellow today who has a site called send.io. And I spoke with Julien Roberger, who is the founder. This is his photo. And the whole concept is to link together farmers, markets, and buyers. And you can come on the site and just sign up for free and put your farm onto the site and get linked up with other farmers in your area to communicate, and potentially with markets and potentially with customers. And once you're in, you can log in. I've already signed up. I could actually, I don't remember my login, but I could come in. So if I allow my location, it's going to show others that are around me. So I think I can probably click on these. It's not actually allowing me to click. Didn't change the region over here on the left. I'm not sure what I have to do here. I think I should be on here now. That's why I was going to click and see if one of my, my places came up. It'd probably be this one, but I'm not able to click on anything there. So I don't know what, maybe I still have to do some other things to get signed up. But amazing talk with him. And then I talked with Allison Sinclair today, who is starting something here in my area. And I'm going to put got rid of. All right, Google this real quick. Go to maps. All right, here we are. And it's going to be showing my location right here. We're going to move down and we're going to look at a site that is right here. We're going to take it to satellite. Blow up this site. This site is an old Hewlett-Packard manufacturing location. Each one of these buildings here is about 250,000 square feet. So with 4 of them, that's 1 million square feet. To give you perspective, an acre is about 44,000 square feet. So there would be about 20 acres underneath these buildings. And It's mostly vacant right now. These businesses take up very little of this space. This is going to be turned into an accelerator and incubator for businesses from all over the United States. This is a pretty cool location because if we scroll this way, there's a pond right here. There's additional ponds down here to just hang out on these right here. Notice the trails all around them. And then there's a river here with the trail system that follows it for its entire length. So it's got lots of amenities associated with it. Any of you use a water pick? Throw a 1 in the little question box if you use a water pick. It's a device to help you clean your teeth. This was their headquarters building right here. So the site I was just showing you, the old HP site, is up here. This is actually a hill right here. You can't tell that in satellite imagery. So the HP site sits probably 50 feet higher elevation-wise than this site. So this is a hill. This is a little steep to be developed. But this is now a whole bunch of different businesses. When Waterpick grew, they moved to a larger location. This is where they were founded. Fortunately, I think they moved out of the country for a lot of their manufacturing. But this was where they were at originally. Moving down this way, back up a little. This is downtown Loveland. And I believe this is my building, right? Right here. And go down to street view real quick. Anyway, really cool, this co-working facility. So we have about 14 minutes left. Throw any questions in if you guys have them. Mark, you be looking at it. I'll show you just a couple of other things that are just to give you a little more insight to me. Since 1998, I've been keeping a personal journal. And I would highly recommend that any and all of you do this. And I'll bring this up to date, bring this down till today. It goes pretty quick, so it's easier to scroll this way. So I didn't yet quite finish yesterday. I've got a little bit to put on here. I'll do it right now. So my activities, it started out to be an activity journal. Now it's really a health journal as well as just sort of a life journal. So yesterday I walked, worked, and I played tennis. This describes my tennis a little bit, but afternoon I walked, at the ranch while working dogs and working at the ranch, which means I actually repaired a tire on a vehicle yesterday. I did a number of those other things. In total, I was about 4 hours yesterday where I was doing things. I didn't have any new injuries. Our weather yesterday was nice. Lows were in the teens, kind of cold last night. Highs in the low 50s, which is a little above normal. It was clear and calm. I rank my days, and I think I'm going to give it a 7 for both at physical. It's 1 to 10. And I know that I actually ran 8 miles yesterday. And I'm not going to write down all this. This is my dog workout, which is what I do to show what I did to work my dogs. And it was really just one. Then I moved down, so we'd start this month. I would start here in this next row, and it'd be 12, 1, 20. And I'm not done with the day yet, but I have walked today. I have worked, and I have run. And I would put all the details of that in. This is an addition. This is the total number of hours that I did something physical this last month. And then this is the number, this is the distance of running and walking together. And I wear a Apple Watch that's got an app on it that measures my walking and running and my speed and my heart rate and any number of other things. And I don't put those on here because it goes into an archive that I can pull up anytime. But if you look, you can see different things. Like on 29th, I did walking and archery. And I did that at a place called Fort Garland, where I was walking around with my quarry guy, John Holliday. Then I walked it home while I was training biking. I shot archery at the very end of the day in what we call the septic tank area. And there's a hillside, and I could put my targets in the hillside. So if I missed, I wasn't going to screw anything up. I really, literally just started shooting a compound bow. I had never really used one before. I've always used a recurve, and so it's a whole new learning thing for me. And again, I did actually have a couple new little physical ailments. I usually put that in. Sometimes I put my weight in, I put that up here on this day. And then you can see I put a pretty good chunk in about dog training. So I highly recommend it. Again, I've been doing it since 1998. I'm actually on my second journal because the first one started taking up so much space. I think I started this one, you can see 1/1/17. So 17, 18, 19, 20. So just about to finish 4 years. And in this one, but then the other one went from 98 till 2017. So it was just about 20 years. And this is actually a screw up. This came from, I make a change back. And I don't know if you know it, but in using Google Sheets, you can go back and see what the history is, and you can see what changes that were made. And if you want to back up to something that you did previously, it's actually fairly easy to do that. This is a cool thing. We'll maybe end with this. I'm going to actually spend a whole time talking about this at some point. But this is a book that I was trying to scroll quickly up to the top of it. There we go. It's called, it's an ebook, and you have to buy it. I think it was, we have 3 books for like $9. So this is called Pioneer Preparedness. And you can see in the table of contents, here's the disclaimer: you can't sell this, can't forward it. It's just for my use. But I can click on each one of these and it'll take me to that page. But first start is, why? Why would you even be thinking? And I'm not somebody that's thinking about the world ending right now. This is just what I think good people ought to be doing. But look at all these little sections, how you can build a bunker, different things. Foods, tips for finding food, what your storage list should be, seeds, all those things. What should you maybe be hoarding? How to build a Faraday cage, which could protect things. Everything about making penicillin, how to make it. Generators, how to make solar generators. How to build a Wallapini. You ever heard of that? Let's put on there. It's good. It's an underground, year-round greenhouse. I don't think he's got very many pictures. It's the one negative this, but very good details on how to do it. Grab a few pizzas, make sure your friends can smell it from a mile away. After all, food's always the best incentive for people to work. through all the steps. How to cook without gas, open fires, solar cookers, wood burning, earth oven, can cooker, insulated cookers, safety, lots of cool stuff, 250 pages. There's a whole bunch of books like this out there that you could get. So Mark, any questions or comments from anybody? Got about 4 or 5 minutes left here. Guys, throw some questions in the comments if you got them. And if you haven't done it already, tell us where you're at in the world. Just put it in the little question box. Later this week, Bob Christador will be starting up his series again. He took a couple of weeks off, and that'll be occurring. Next week, we're going to have I think we have another guest. Following week is when the one you saw a little video for before, with Jim and Jan, I believe. Next week, we're actually having a session with our advisory board. Let me show you real quickly. I don't think any of them are mine. Hello from Ohio. Hello there. Right here. This is our advisory board. And I'm going to switch to the briefing page. And these are people from all over the world that are now on the EAT advisory board. And I don't know why my webcam, Mark, usually it goes away. Now it's just coming back and it's blocking me. I want to look at stuff. Here we go. It's alphabetical by first name here in this column. And we're adding things. Spreadsheets, by the way, are tools you guys really should think about always using when you want to keep information, because we're going to add 2 more columns here in the very near future where we just put the first names in one and the last names in the other. We don't have to recopy everything. You can do it really simple. I'm not going to try to show you here right now, but you can just go in and put the first names, let's say in column C, we'd add that. And then by just copying all of these, and then you just go in and delete the last names. And then you have last names in the next column. But we're so fortunate because we now have a lot of, and there's still some editing to be done on this page, but we have 150, I believe, advisory board members. Some of them have amazing biographies. So let me just give you this one. I don't remember what she does. You double click on it. See that she's an accomplished senior human resources leader and advisor with, oh, wait, upset my webcam keeps coming back. Crap, I just clicked. Where was I at? This one. "20 years of success around governmental entities. Labor strategy. She is in just a huge number of things. Let's look like Marianne Schneider. These are all people that can do, and we're going to try to get many of them to be speakers for us. Here's one where she helps solopreneurs or mom and pops who need advice, just like Fortune 500 companies. This guy was a director in the District of Columbia for the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, oversaw $1 billion in grants, $4 billion in financing. He's a professor at the University of Maryland. There's all of his graduate experience. There's a number of his work experiences. But anyway, we're really excited about this group. So once a month, we're having a meeting. And it's actually the following week, Mark, right, Mark? We delayed it 1 week further. So it's the following. So I've got 1 minute left here. Any questions? Anybody want to get things in at the last moment? All right, I'm not seeing anything. I've got middle of the hour. It has been so fun to be with you guys again. Sure appreciate it. Appreciate all of you guys and gals and just all the EAT community. Mark, huge thanks to Mark. He was even bold enough to talk more tonight, which is cool. And we'll see you again next week for the amazing Ecolonomics, all kinds of things that you can do to make a little bit of money, making the planet better. Take us out, Mark.
And regenerates the land. How's it going, everyone? You're watching the Green Dream Project, and if you're here for the first time, my name's Jim.
And I'm Jessica.
So we wanted to talk a little bit about why we're here homesteading in the desert. Why in an arid land in the desert in Arizona?
And I think it really ties into the whole green steading